It's time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson, sponsored by Washita Valley Respiratory Care and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Considered one of the greatest wrestlers of his era, Jack Brisco was a headliner in various territories of the NWA, becoming a two-time World Heavyweight Champion and multi-time Tag Team Champion with his younger brother Gerald. Lou Thesz described him as one of the toughest and most highly skilled wrestlers of the last 50 years, while Don Leo Jonathan called him probably the greatest champion of the 20th century. Freddie Joe Brisco was born September 21, 1941 in Seminole, Oklahoma. He was raised in Blackwell, Oklahoma with 5 siblings and grew up as a fan of pro wrestling, particularly the likes of Lou Thesz, Danny Hodge, and Dick Hutton. Brisco started wrestling in high school and was a 3-time state champion in Blackwell. In football, he was an all-state fullback, though he turned down a football scholarship at the University of Oklahoma to go to Oklahoma State. During his junior year in 1964, he was NCAA runner-up in the 191-pound weight class. In 1965, he improved on his finish, and by doing so, became the first Native American to win an NCAA Wrestling National Championship. Never once was he taken down during the entire season. He debuted professionally in 1965, defeating Don Kent to win the NWA Missouri Junior Heavyweight Championship. He held the belt for less than a month, but regained it in November by defeating Kent for a second time. In 1969, he moved to Florida, where he worked for CWF. During his run there, he teamed with brother Gerald, whom he had trained in pro wrestling. Jack Brisco's first NWA World Heavyweight Championship win was scheduled to be over Dory Funk Jr., capping off a multi-year feud. However, Dory claimed to be injured in a truck accident and missed the scheduled date. Brisco and Terry Funk were sent out to make the bookings that were already scheduled for Brisco, and Dory later lost the title to Harley Race. Brisco and several others within the NWA power structure always questioned the legitimacy of the accident, claiming Dory Funk Sr. did not want his son to lose to a pure wrestler and harm his credibility. Brisco won the title from Race after a brief reign in July 1973. In 1976, Brisco wrestled in several promotions and continued to add to his list of titles, including winning the Memphis version of the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship by defeating local favorite Jerry Lawler. Jack returned to Florida in 1977 to win several more tag team championships with Gerald. They also had success in Georgia towards the end of the 1970s. Also during this period, the Briscoes discovered Terry Bollea, later known as Hulk Hogan, whom they introduced to Hiro Matsuda for training. After a second return to CWF in 1981, plus stints in Puerto Rico and the Mid-Atlantic territory, Jack and Gerald Brisco headed for New York in 1984, where they joined WWF. In December that year, they challenged the North-South Connection for the WWF Tag Team Championship in Madison Square Garden. The match ended in a double countout and was Jack Brisco's last high-profile bout. In 1985, Jack retired from the business, citing his disillusionment with the direction wrestling had taken. An inductee into the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2005 and WWE Hall of Fame in 2008, Jack Brisco made occasional wrestling appearances in his later years, which were marred by bouts of pneumonia and back problems. He passed away on February 1st, 2010 from complications of open heart surgery at the age of 68. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.